The big Rangers homestand has concluded. They're about to go on the road for 6 games, important games. Let's talk about all of it. The road trip that's coming, the homestand that just ended right now on the Texas Clubhouse. Hey everybody, my name is Jeff Bates. This is the Texas Clubhouse, where we talk about Rangers baseball and other baseball, of course. Lots going on in Rangerland. We just finished a very important 9-game homestand coming off of the All-Star break with 3 first-place teams. As you're probably aware if you're watching this channel, the Indians were in first place, Tampa Bay was in first place, the Dodgers were in first place. All 3 teams were coming to Arlington to play our Rangers. The Rangers sweep Cleveland. The Rangers sweep Tampa Bay, both out of first place. The Dodgers come to town. We get knocked around for the first 2 games. We salvage the 3rd game in the series, meaning a 7-2 homestand. I'll take it. All 3 teams are in first place. That's huge. I loved the series. All 3 games against the Dodgers were sold out. I was at a couple of the games. So much fun, so much energy. Saturday night was nuts. It was a blowout. It wasn't fun as a Ranger fan. To be honest, I'm a Dodger fan and a Ranger fan. I grew up in Southern California. I moved out here, so I was in heaven either way. That said, I want my Rangers to go deep into the playoffs. So the Rangers needed the wins way more than the Dodgers did. Saturday was crazy, but oh my gosh, what I want to talk about was the fans. It was electric. It was nuts. I was there Sunday too. Just as full, but not as crazy. I don't know why. Maybe it was just Sunday afternoon crowd, but so much fun. All 3 games, all 9 games were a lot of fun. I was at, I guess, 4 of them or whatever. Had a blast. Hope you did too. Let me know if you were at any of the games on the homestand. So 7-2 homestand is awesome. I'll take it all day. Now we've got 6 games in Houston for 3, in San Diego for 3. These are important games. Let's talk about who's pitching. Oh, and some stuff that happened that was pretty neat in the last homestand. So 59-41 is where we're at after 100 games, and that is tied for the best the Rangers have ever been after 100 games. They've gone to the playoffs a few times. They've gone to the World Series, and the best they've ever done after 100 games is this, 59-41. We are exactly at the top of where the Rangers have ever been historically as a franchise. That bodes well, right? I mean, I think when DeGrom went down, everybody went, oh, nationally, everybody went, oh, they're gonna, fall by the wayside. And that's not the truth. Nate and the rest of the pitching staff have been great. The team is loaded, the offensive loaded, and we are at the trading deadline. Now, over the next 6 games, we're gonna have they're important 6 games, but we're also going to have news. The trading deadline is about a week away. We'll be talking about that. I'll probably do a video about just what I would do, what I hope they'll do, what they might do. Trading deadline talk. That's an upcoming video. But 59-41 after 100 games is what I want to talk about. I mean, you can't expect for better. It's the best they've ever done. 30 straight games with the double for the Rangers. I mean, that's kind of random, but I think it's pretty interesting. Jonah Heim keeps hitting doubles, and boy, kid looks tired when he gets a second every time. That catcher running. Bruce Bochy, former catcher, one of the slowest people in the history of the major leagues. So, Jonah, you're doing just fine. Also, just random. I saw Jonah Heim's wife at the ballpark, so that was fun. Maybe that's a video. Maybe it's not. Probably I didn't get any video of it. It was fun. She seems nice. Whatever. Martin Perez. Now, let's see here. He was tied with, and now he is second alone, most wins ever for a Ranger. He was tied with Dutch Derek Holland, one of my favorites of all time, and he's got the second most wins ever by a lefty for the Rangers. Will he be the top? No, he won't. He is 70 behind Kenny Rogers. 70 more wins to catch Kenny Rogers, who's second all-time on the Rangers win list, first all-time for lefties. But he is also 16 strikeouts away from becoming one of our top 10 ever in strikeouts. He is 16 strikeouts away from tying Jose Guzman, who is currently 10th on the all-time list for Rangers strikeouts. So that's kind of neat. Let's get to the series that starts tonight. We've got Houston for the next 3 nights, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. John Gray versus some guy named Brandon Bielek. I got to be honest with you, I don't know Brandon Bielek. Rangers are favored tonight. When the Rangers are favored in Houston, the world has churned, right? The things have changed. We're not heavily favored by any means, but we are favored tonight if you're one of those people who likes to look at the betting lines. The Rangers being favored in Houston, when was the last time that happened? That's pretty neat. Owen White was brought up from the minors the other day. the thought was being, Bochy said, let's see what happens Sunday for who starts today. He didn't pitch Sunday, so I'm assuming he's the starter for tomorrow, Tuesday. He has one start. I was at that game. I believe it was against Shohei and the Angels, and that was a surprise. Kind of brought up, I think him and, was it Bradford kind of shared the game? I think Owen went 3 or 4 innings and Bradford went 3 or 4 innings, if I remember correctly. Regardless, he should get the start tomorrow. Right now it's listed as TBD, to be determined, and he'll be going up against, is it JP France, I guess, of Houston. So that'll be fun and interesting. He is big time heavy in the rumor mill right now for all the trade talks. So we'll see. If he pitches well, it's going to help our chances to trade him. Although I'm not saying I want to trade him. I'm just saying he's one of the names that's being bandied about. A whole lot of names. And again, that's a whole nother video. And then on Wednesday, we've got Andrew Haney and Framber Valdez. So that'll be the game that Houston will certainly be favored because Valdez is one of the best pitchers in the league. I would think, probably a toss-up for Tuesday. So this is an interesting matchup. If we win 1 out of 3, I'm not sad. If we win 2 out of 3, I'm ecstatic. If we swept them, I'd be on cloud 9. If we get swept, well, we'd be tied for first because the Rangers are now 3 games ahead of the Astros. So of course the Houston media is like, hey, let's get a sweep here to catch them. We need to just win 1 to make that not happen. Obviously winning the series would be huge. If Houston takes 2 out of 3, boy, there's been a tightening, right? So this is a huge, huge, huge series. And it's interesting because Bochy and the staff have decided to skip Nate Valdez. Who's Nate Valdez? Nate Eovaldi. Nate Eovaldi will not be, I guess he was scheduled to pitch tonight, maybe Tuesday. Regardless, they're skipping him in the rotation. This has been planned all along, according to them. They're saying they're going to do it again with somebody else in the pitching. I get it. It is what it is. I wish he was going against the Astros, but we need him long term. But it's interesting that they're choosing against the Astros here. He pitched only 2 starts in July, I think, a couple before the All-Star break. Then he pitched a couple innings in the All-Star game, and I guess he's had 1. I don't know. I didn't look it up before I talked about it, but all that to be said, he's only going to get 2 or 3 starts in the entire month of July. It is what it is. His fastball has lost a couple miles per hour on it. So we're skipping Nate. Again, Texas up 3 games against versus Houston, and we've got 3 games with them. Currently, Houston is second place in the wild card. 1 ahead of them is Toronto. They are 1 ahead of Toronto, and then the next in the wild card list would be Boston and New York, who are 2 out of the wild card. Why am I saying that? If the Rangers were to sweep Houston, boy, now all of a sudden the talk is about, are they going to make the wild card? If Houston were to sweep the Rangers, all of a sudden we're tied. So there's so much to be said for this series. It's a big time important. And then we've got, of course, the Padres. We'll talk about that coming up. Here's the thing. The offense looked really, really good yesterday against the Dodgers, and that was an offense without Corey Seager and without Adolis Garcia. I'm worried about Corey Seager. I don't know how long he's going to be out, but the offense looks a lot less potent without him here. Without Adolis and without Corey, again, we scored yesterday, but boy, that offense looks different, like I just said. Who's our shortstop? Well, it's Zeke Duran. I love Zeke Duran. I love his bat. I don't like his defense at short. The kid sidearmed a throw over to Nate yesterday. Nate saved him with the scoop. He bobbled one and turned into an infield hit, which should have been an error. My point is Zeke made 2 errors yesterday, neither of which were called errors. I love Zeke. I hope we don't trade Zeke. I think he's going to be a very, very good ball player. I don't think he's a shortstop in the major leagues. He's our backup shortstop. I'm worried about it. Not only am I worried about Corey Seager not coming back, I think the Rangers should make a couple trades, but one of them, of course, we need relievers. We need a lot of stuff. Again, this is a whole nother video. We need a backup shortstop. I like Josh Smith. I don't love him. I love Zeke Duran. I don't think he's a shortstop in the major leagues. Who's our backup shortstop? Well, it is what it is. We need another. So Brad Miller, anybody? Boy, I don't know. Give him a chance. I don't know what his range is anymore. He's played shortstop before. He's 34 now, but, I think I would try him over Smith and over Duran. That's just me. What say you? Let me know in the comments. 59-41, best ever for the Rangers, up by 3. Houston, we're going to their town. Then we go to San Diego. That's the update. That's the look back and the look forward to the 6-game road trip. Let me know what you think. 3 games up on Houston. I'm actually nervous. My prediction for the road trip, 2-4. I'll be honest, 2-4. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we do better than that. We'll find out together. Have the best day ever. Go Rangers. See you on the next one. Bye for now.